when you have so much baggage and so much resentment, like good things that come, you might not even recognize them because you're just so in your thing. So for me, of letting go of the past and letting go of certain memories, it's like everyone talks about the joy and the release, but they don't really talk about what happens when you release that, because it's like, oh, like, my God, like, who am I without that?
Yeah, there's a gap.
There's a huge gaps.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to ILYSM. I'm your host, Tyler the Bean. And with me, as always, is Reed Fish right here. You can picture him there, right? You've seen enough of Reed. You know he's there in spirit. He's doing something work-wise, so he won't be joining us. But I'll tell you who is here with me today is Hana Mae Lee.
Hello. Hello.
Did you say Hana or Hannah?
It's both.
It's both?
Yeah, it's both.
Yeah.
And I kind of grew up Hana because people couldn't pronounce Hana.
Oh.
And then I heard Hana in college, and I was like, oh, I kind of like my name now.
I dig Hana. Yeah.
But I like both.
All right, I'm going to go Hana. I like Hana.
Cool.
That was my instinct, so I'm going to stick with it.
All right.
But yes, we'd like to welcome you to I Love You So Much.
Thank you so much. Hi.
So the way we met, obviously we were just talking about, was through Instagram, you
Yes.
and I. And the way I started following you was through the Pitch Perfect movies, which I'm a fan of. It's guilty pleasure. You're fucking hilarious in those movies, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my daughter, you're my daughter's favorite character.
Really?
Yeah. And then we discovered that we both love making music.
Yes.
Yeah, and
your music's dope.
Thank you. Yours too. I really dig yours. You have this
you.
like kind of goth, but also some of it is very like alt rock kind of like, I don't know, you have like a really distinct style.
Oh,
and I really dig it. And I actually wanted to talk to you about that, like the way we discover what we like musically is sort of the topic I want to cover, and sort of like how we use music in our lives, maybe in a therapeutic way, or how we get to what kind of moves us to create, you know?
Yeah.
So how did you
like it.
discover, has it been a journey to get to this style, or did you always know you kind of wanted to like be a little darker and kind of focus on like
I am
more
darkness.
gothic? You're wearing all black, which I love. I respect that.
This is a perfect day for me because it's like super gloomy and kind of wet.
Yes.
That's my favorite weather. Even
Me
though
too.
I'm born and raised in Cali.
Yeah.
I just hate the sun.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, like it's, you know, I was raised in the valley too, where it's like always 110.
Yeah, it's hot.
I was an angry person growing up.
You would love Vancouver, where I'm from.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only been to Vancouver once. It was beautiful. It's in the fall.
It's beautiful. Yeah, perfect timing. Very
Yeah.
gloomy. You know, a lot of rain. It's a rainforest, right?
Yeah.
So when it rains for me here, I'm like, yes, I'm going to make a stew. I'm going to read a book and make a stew, and I'm going to like hang out on my couch all day. I love it. It's an excuse to just be kind of cozy, you know?
It's super cozy.
Yeah. But go back to you being darkness.
Oh,
incarnate.
yeah. I think with the goth, I kind of like discovered it because my brother's in a anarcho peace punk band called Resist and Exist.
A peace punk band? Can you explain that?
He's punk rock, but he's pro peace.
Love it.
And he's like a major vegan. So
Okay.
for like, I don't know, almost over 40 years or something.
Right.
But his music is all about like nonviolence and being good to people, but it's all like punk rock.
Right. It's like straight edge. When I was younger, like straight edge was like the kind of
exactly.
like peace punk, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love it.
So during COVID, he's like, let's do a goth band. I was like, all right, that sounds rad.
Yeah.
But it took a while for us to kind of get into the groove because for whatever reason. So we only came out with like one single. Our band is called Caravaggio Died in Exile.
Right.
Because he did,
Yeah.
sadly. And we came out with the song Salome. And then it just took a really long time for us to kind of get together and record things.
Yeah.
So I had a friend, Mark Mallory, who is in two bands, Lunar Gateway and Cortex Accelera. And I just loved his music, and it's more like, you know, synth and like electro.
Yeah,
and
big
I was like,
fan.
yeah, he's so good. So I was like, maybe he can help us out. And then I was still waiting on my brother.
Right.
So we're like, why not just like start our own thing in the meantime?
Yeah.
Cut like almost 3 years later, and then we have an album. So it kind of took a while. He was like, how do you like this sound and like this sound? And I was like, well, let me try to put some lyrics to the
Yeah.
music. And then everything was remote because Mark's in Atlanta.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
So we did the whole album remotely, and then kind of got I think the first song in my album, Weapon of Performance, was one of the last songs I recorded. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my vocals kind of I kind of like it. It's like a sad little boy.
Your vocals are like a sad little boy?
Yeah, my vocals are like a sad little boy.
You probably have a sad little boy somewhere inside you. I mean,
Oh, 100%.
We all do. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I just love it.
That's
I
awesome.
just love it.
That's and I mean, like, I feel like you're really in a pocket with it. You know what I mean? Like, you have like a really good sort of niche-y vibe. I like it. It was like I hadn't really heard anything like it, and I listened to it quite a few times.
Thank you.
I jumped ahead a little. I know you are a little familiar with the show, but we do a confessional every week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I'll kick it off, and then
please.
You have to have a confession, otherwise you're out of here.
Okay,
right? You're on your ass. All right. So mine this week is a little bit embarrassing, but that's okay. That's what we're doing.
That's the best kind.
I actually just got a text from my business manager, and he's like, "Hey, $600 in charges on Papaya Gaming. Is that legit or a scam?" And I was like, "No, that's legit. I play cash bingo."
Oh my God.
It started very innocuously. Like, it started like I was like, "Yeah, I'll put like $20 in the bingo app and like see what I can do," and you just lose it immediately, right? And I was like, "Okay, all right, no bingo cash for me." And then I just kept coming back to it, and I noticed yesterday it said I've been a player for 3 years, and I was like, "What?
Wait, how much money we're talking?"
I don't know, honestly.
Oh, no!
And the fact that he just said 600 this month.
Oh, damn.
I was like, "What?" Wow. And I didn't know. And I've been telling Martha, I was like, I think like 150, maybe $200 I put into it. I'm shocked that I've put that much money into it this month. And then going back in my mind, I go through these waves with it where I'm like, usually if I'm on location or if I'm alone, I'll like re-download the app, I do the same with Instagram sometimes. And I think then I just dive in, and that's super addictive behavior. That's like fully clandestine. I'm an addict. I'm a recovering addict. Like that's just me living in my addiction. And then like having my business manager come to me and be like, "Hey man, is this legit or a scam?" Meaning that's so much money going into it. He's like, "Somebody must be robbing you." I was like, fuck. And this is popping up in a lot of places in my life, me living in sort of my addiction. We've talked about with Red Bull, it's been sugar a lot for me lately, especially when I'm alone.
To Red Bull?
Yeah, I'm addicted to anything, but it's like, it's a ritual. You know what I mean? It's like I get up, I'm drinking Red Bulls at like 10 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning. I drank a 20-ounce Red Bull on the way here.
Whoa.
And right now I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. But I do it anyway. Here's what I want to say. I'm engaging in things joylessly. A lot.
Oh, and it's joyless?
A lot of it is joyless, yeah. I don't love the way I feel after I drink a Red Bull. I don't like playing cash bingo anymore. I don't like losing, $600 or whatever. But I do it the same way I do a lot of my things that that fall into the addictive patterns of mine, where it's just this repetition of something that I don't even like. And so I've been sitting in this place with that and with Red Bull and with sugar, where I'm like, okay, you call it whatever it is. If it's not alcohol or drugs, it's anything for me. So what I'm planning on doing is, one, reaching out to my sponsor, probably today, because we have to have a little bit of action involved. This can't just be a confession. And because confessions are great, but it's like, name a thing, do something. And then I think I'm just going to have to go back and start doing a few like steps on just all of it. Like maybe go back through my 12 steps again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Does it help you in all the will it help you with not just the Red Bull, but then with the...
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, it doesn't matter. It could be, it can be anything. It could be cash bingo. It can be Red Bull. It's all the same thing. It's all the same, that repetition of this joyless activity.
What happens when you get joy though? Like what happens when you make the money on the bingo?
I feel fucking great. For a very short amount of time, you know what I mean? And I know it's just going to go, like if I win $100 in a bingo game, I know within I could lose that in 15 minutes.
But then you just won it.
I know. And I could walk away, but it's like, it's fun as well. I'm like, and the funny thing is there are free versions of the game where you just pay with like little gems you win or whatever. And I could be doing that.
It's just not as fun.
There's something about
when you pay for things, I noticed this about like ChatGPT too.
Yeah.
Like if you do it on the free one and if you do it on the paid one, you get different answers.
Right.
They're like, we can't answer that on the free one. Yeah. But on the not free one, they're like, here's the answer. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I can win 10,000 gems.
See with the bingo. See? You could win
gems. That's not
gems,
the answer I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I'm looking for that
cash.
hit. I want to talk about joy too for a second, but maybe we'll do that after your confession.
Oh.
Just the pursuit of joy has been changing for me in my life lately.
Let's hear that first because mine's just... No, you can't just stop the story and then go on a commercial break.
The flow is happening. But I do want to have a conversation about this too, because it's really fascinating me lately. Is like, I think we all stagnate. You know, we all get to this place where you're like repeating something, or it's like that's a definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Or Olympic mentality.
Or the recipe for greatness, right?
Yeah.
I just keep doing this thing. I'll be the best at cash bingo ever. They're going to write books about me. I have been sort of lately realizing that things like cash bingo or like just sitting on the couch or my old comfort zone has been uncomfortable for me for a while. But I still do it. I still engage in these things that are just kind of not bringing me much. And like I could go outside. So lately I have a new mantra where I basically like I stand up in the middle of like a lull and just say, go get some joy. Like I know that this isn't bringing me joy. It's bringing me comfort. It might be bringing me happiness. It's not bringing me joy, which is like I think is much different than happiness or comfort. And it's like going to the gym, or I'll go outside, or I'll do something with my kids, or I'll do, you know, I mean, these things that are, I think, bring a much deeper reward. But I have a hard time motivating. Like, why do I want to sit and do something vapid rather than creating a song or like going to turn on my gear? So now I just do that. I stand up in the middle of these lulls, right? And literally say out loud, go get some joy. Like go to the gym, do something that brings me joy rather than just comfort or happiness. I just think there's a big difference between happiness and joy. Joy is a deeper, longer lasting experience, I think.
That's pretty incredible though, to like have an addiction to something that's like in a phone, which is like, unless you're like making stuff, but then you're kind of putting all your energy into that and it just kind of takes, even though you get some amount of happiness.
And you get some dopamine hits. And which feel
like
great.
making something and then you're going to have it out there so other people can find the joy. Yeah. That's pretty dope.
Spread the joy as a ripple effect.
Joy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dope.
Now,
confessionally, I'm fucking passed the fuck out right now.
Yeah?
Am I dreaming? I'm so tired right now. You're such a morning dude.
Well, 20 ounces of Red Bull helps with that, you know.
I don't know. I'd start getting nauseous if I had too much caffeine right now. I am sleeping.
I'm there. I'm nauseous right now.
But I'm a night owl. Like, I was up till 3. But my confession is, what the fuck is going to come out of my mouth today? Who knows?
Yeah, that's your confession?
Yeah, that's my confession.
I like that because we're just going to go wherever this conversation, it's Socratic, you know? We're just going to talk.
Going to see what happens. And my hands are sweaty.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So Reed is chiming in from Vegas. Let's hear what Reed has to say.
Liking the hair.
Love bugs.
Angles.
Hi. I'm missing everyone. Sorry I'm not on the show. I'm at a work conference in Las Vegas. Last night was the first night we were here. We drove in yesterday. And my confession is that I already hit it kind of hard last night. And I'm here for like 5 days. So I really need to not do that as much. And I went into it being like, oh, Reed, you don't have to drink that much whiskey. But I did. And I'm okay. So that's my confession, is that going a little overboard. It's not the end of the world or anything like that. It's not the signs of a big problem or anything. I think a little bit of temperance or a little bit of pacing myself. So that's what I'm going to work on for the rest of the time. And I'm also working on a new sponsorship for the show from Alka-Seltzer, my new best friend here in Las Vegas.
Extra strength. Oh, Reed.
Oh, that's sweet. Reed, I would say don't pace yourself. You're in Vegas.
Yeah.
That word does not exist. He looks perfectly normal to me. He's like, that's fucking Vegas,
That's
man.
like the default in Vegas. Until you get drunk again, and then you're like, fucking Vegas. But I think
Vegas.
that also can sometimes be a technique. You blow it out hard the first night, and then you just can't hit that level again. You're like, I can't. I did it on the first night. So maybe he did that sort of... was a proactive, preemptive move.
Getting in the zone of the Vegas. I love Vegas.
I used to love Vegas.
So do you not like hanging out with people who like go on like and drink a lot too?
I do. I actually, I'm coming up on my 8-year.
Wow, 8
sober
years?
birthday. Yeah, which is. Thank you. Even as I say it, I'm like, when did 8 years go by?
I thought it just happened.
No.
a couple years or something.
No, 8.
Whoa.
8. And not even like, I would love to make a joke and be like 8 long, miserable years. It's been the best thing I ever did in my life.
Did you do it for just because you wanted to, or was it making you not feel great, or like were people telling you need to stop, or what was it?
It wasn't bringing me joy. I was definitely engaging
You're a joy seeker.
Joylessly. Yeah, I'm a joy seeker. I'm addicted to joy. No, it was a pretty rock bottomy kind of decision, Like nobody had said to me like, hey, you've got a problem. And along the way, one of the only people who ever said anything to me, and this isn't a name drop, is my old buddy Ryan Gosling. He was like, hey man, you booze, you lose. And because I was asking him when we can hang out, and he was like, I don't want to hang out with you when you're drinking, and and we sort of, our friendship kind of dissolved because I chose alcohol, really. But these are all the things that I've worked on and made amends for. But in the depths of my addiction, I had 3 children. You know, I was like, I spent a Christmas lying on the floor, like looking at my kids open gifts with like my face pressed against the cold floor because I felt like I was going to throw up. And that's when I was like, that was December 18th, which is my 8-year sobriety birthday. Wow. I was like, nah, this is not the kind of person I want to be. And I had started being very duplicitous. Like I had lied about being sober for a year at that point.
Oh, wow.
And then I did another year of sobriety, just like counting the days down so I could get like shit-faced. It wasn't like I had suffered professionally or socially. Like a lot of my friends were like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you're fun. I was like, great. I'm glad that I'm fun for you. It's not fun for me. But to answer your question, I don't have a problem hanging out with people when they're drinking or partying. I kind of like it because it makes me feel a couple of things. That was a smooth move.
That was good. I saw that. You didn't even touch the
Thank you.
stand. Dope.
I find that it makes me feel more normal. Like I can feel like no one's thinking of me as like the drink police. And like, I mean, partying can still be fun even when you're not partying.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like hanging out with drunk people after a while, you realize like, oh, you're idiots. Like this is not a good look. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm glad they're having fun. But it just reminds me like, hey, that's sort of what I spent a lot of my life in that place, just being like a boob, you know? So yeah. Are you a partier? You like to party?
I like to have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't slam drinks down too quick or much. Like I like maybe 2 drinks sometimes, and then I'm like good. Maybe 3 if it's like a long night, but I like to kind of pace myself.
Yeah. So you have a normal relationship with alcohol, it sounds like.
I have like a lot of friends that have the addictive like chemistry.
Yeah,
because like everyone's like, you don't have to have this, but it's like, no, you're obviously not an addict. Like it's not just that, it's like a different way we're wired. So I totally understand like both, but for me, like I feel nauseous if I have too much, and for me, like that's already like don't do more. Yeah. Where a lot of my addict friends are like, nauseous, that's just starting. Like let's fucking go.
Push past it, man. No, for real. Like I that's interesting. Like my partner, Martha, she does like it confounds me. She'll like have half a glass of wine, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like drink. I would like drink other people's half. You know what I mean? Before we leave tables, I would like down other people's drinks. It's like that kind of really illustrates clearly that there is a disease. There's like it's not just that I like drinking. Like I have a physical addiction and allergy to alcohol. And one of the things that would happen to me is I would get, if it's not nausea for me, I would get like crippling anxiety.
Oh, wow.
While I was drinking.
Oh, no.
Until I would push past with the alcohol to the place where I'd be like, okay, the anxiety went away, but the anxiety was over drinking.
That's so funny.
You know what I mean? I would be going to the liquor store like with like my heart pounding in my neck, buying bottle of Grey Goose, and I'd get home and just drink it until the anxiety would go away.
Will you drink by yourself too?
Oh, all the time. Oh. Yeah.
And you don't eat a lot either. I think then the Will Sasso thing, you were like not eating you had like a meal a day at night. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not
if
good.
That. And also when you're an alcoholic, like it doesn't take a lot for you to get drunk. You can just drink more. Wow. So like I would get drunk off of like a drink, you know what I mean? But then you just keep pushing because my liver wasn't doing its job anymore. So alcohol would be like, yes, thank you. I was like suffering all day, pickling myself.
Oh, wow.
Also just so much diarrhea.
Oh, man.
So much diarrhea, just all day. And like I was leading a show at the time on Hulu, like when it got like really bad. And it was just like, I was playing this like wild comedic character all day, giving it everything I got and just like shitting 16 times a day. Just like 10-1, 10-1.
Oh,
like,
shit.
You know, and everybody was like, clearly knew that I had a shitting problem. Maybe didn't know I had an alcohol problem, but definitely a shitting problem. Yeah.
Did you know that diarrhea is a form of constipation?
I know, and so is
know
gas. So is farting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Farting is like indigestion or something?
Yeah, it's a form of constipation. I have a great colonic story.
You still get colonics?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
What do you mean still?
Well, I was just asking like if you get them regularly.
I get them not regularly, but I've had quite a few. But yeah, I went to this guy named Dr. Ping in Vancouver, who's like world famous.
Oh, nice.
He told me after he had extracted 12 pounds of
12 pounds
undigested raw waste out of my body. He was like, do you have a lot of gas? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, gas farting is a form of constipation, and it happens because you have all this backed up undigested meat basically in your colon. And I was like, what?
So before your diarrhea episode, were you not going in to the bathroom every day very much?
I just want to take note of how comfortable you are talking about. I appreciate that because I had a podcast called Talking Shit, and it was all about diarrhea and shitting your pants. Ask the question again, please. Before my diarrhea problem.
Before your diarrhea problem, and before you went to Dr. Ping, what was were you like going regularly, like every day at least once?
No, I have always had a diarrhea problem.
Oh.
I think I ate a lot of things I was allergic to and didn't know. And then that's when I started going down the journey of like, oh, maybe I have candida. Maybe I have a celiac. I'm like.
Or IBS?
Yeah, IBS. No, I don't. I just have I just was eating things that my body really, really didn't like eggs and dairy and like gorging on stuff that my body was having a hard time digesting, including a lot of red meat. Do you get colonics?
I used to, but like not. I haven't had one in like over 10 years. But But I had narcolepsy.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, like
That
would happen out of nowhere. Yeah, and like I was seeing this health advisor, and she did this iris like therapy or readings, and she's like, girl, you need a colonic. I was like, I'm scared. And what is like, I've heard of this, but she's like, no, you need to get one. And then it cured my narcolepsy.
Holy shit.
Literally.
Pun very intended. Yeah. So you went to someone who read in your eyes that you needed some shit removed from your body.
Correct.
That would correct
what
is otherwise a very serious condition, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people suffer with like real debilitating narcolepsy, right? Was it messing up your whole life?
I only had it for like maybe 7 months, which is a while.
Yeah.
But I would just kind of nod off when I was driving. That was not good.
And
I'm like, how did I get home?
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
And then at work, it would just happen a little bit. But then at home, if like friends would come over and we're just talking like this, I'd be like so into the and then I wake up and then they're just staring at me like that. And I'm like, fuck, how long I've been out. Like, so it was just bad. It was kind of weird because I never experienced that before.
Yeah. Like I've got to that place where I'm like so tired I can't keep my eyes open.
Yeah. But it wasn't even that. It's just
more,
like sleep. It's just like, you know how you can't keep your eyes open, but you're like this? The narcolepsy thing is like, you're just in like mid sleep.
You're like in REM.
You're like this and then mid sleep. Yep, totally.
Wow. And you have no idea how long you've been out for.
No, I'm like, have I been? They're like, not very long.
Yeah, like a couple. What was the average? Like a few seconds of like nodding off, or like?
That's what they would say.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know, but it was getting to be really embarrassing.
Oh man, but that's fascinating that you cured it through a colonic.
Colonic, because you're basically like you're saying, if all that stuff is stuck inside you, it's that you're just poisoning yourself. Right, it's like poison.
Your body is like not functioning. It's like your body finds all these ways to let you know.
Yeah,
it gives you all these weird signals. I love that about our bodies. That like a friend of mine recently used the term the canary in the mine shaft.
Oh,
and I was like, right, that's like if something like that happens,
right,
that's just the canary letting you know, like, hey, there's like danger down here.
Yeah.
Come figure it out, you know?
Yeah, but don't stick a canary down your mine shaft.
No, don't put a canary in your mine shaft. I mean, hey, no shame if that's your thing, you know? Okay, so.
Yes, anyways.
Well, shit, okay, I will tell my colonic story if you guys want to hear it, and then we should get into some music therapy. So I went to Dr. Ping.
Okay.
So I was quite young. I was like 27 maybe at the time.
Age. Go on.
Yeah, I read that in your bio.
At all.
He comes out and he's like, it's exactly what you expect. He's like this wise sage guy who just his whole life has been dedicated to shit. And everything he said was like, yeah, I want that. I need that. And then we all went into our separate rooms and I'm in there and I put my gown on and this like 22-year-old intern guy comes in and he's like, hi, my name's Brian or whatever his name was. And I'm like, where's Dr. Ping? Like, I want Dr. Ping. He's like, no, I'm Dr. Ping's intern right now. And I'm going to be doing your colonic today. And I was like, no, I like Dr. Ping. Like, I thought that's what I'm here for. And he's like, no, I've trained under Dr. Ping for 2 years now. And I was like, okay. And so he convinced me that it was all good. And I get up on the table and he's like, come on, get up here. And I get up there and I had never had a hose shoved up my butt before at that point in my life. Not a great feeling.
Yeah.
So he puts it up there and I'm like, oh, that's like really uncomfortable. And he's like, oh, maybe we need to use a smaller one. I was like, yeah, maybe a smaller one. And he puts it in, and I'm like, oh man, that like feels like a knife in my ass.
Jesus.
And he's like, no, I know it's right. And then we put some more lubrication on it. He pulls it, he puts it back in. I'm like, dude, that feels really bad. And he's like, no, it's okay. Trust me. It's very uncomfortable the first time you have this procedure. And I was like, oh yeah, it feels like beyond what I expected. Also, it wasn't the first time I had something in my butt. It's all out in the open here. Yeah, all things comedy, all things butt. I love you so much. And so I'm on and then he tells me, like, I'm on my side, right? And he's like, switch to your back. And I'm like, I got
that's weird.
A hose hanging out of my butt. So I'm like, I lift up my ass and sort of roll onto my back. And he's like, okay. And there's like a mirror right here pointing down it so I can see the tube. And he's like, okay. And he starts filling me up.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, it's an uncomfortable feeling the first time you have it. You're like, wow, that's like a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I start feeling like it's going to come out. The tube feels like it's going to come out. And he's like, no, that's normal. And then it starts really hurting. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's like, it's going to come out. And he's like, no, it's just, I'm like, no, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. And there's a lot of water in my guts at this point. And he's like, no, it's fine. And then it just comes out and it's spraying shit water like everywhere. And I'm like, I like roll off the table and he's like, it's okay. He shuts it off and everything.
God.
And he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, I'm standing there in like shit water and there's water all over. It's like kind of leaking out of my ass. And he's like, you go to the bathroom, I'll clean this up. And I'm like, great, where's the bathroom? He just points to a toilet in the corner of the room. And he's like, you go there. And then he cleans up. I'm just sitting over there and he does it again. He looks over at me and he goes, come on up here.
God.
And I was like, I'm not going back up there. I need Dr. Peng. And so I eventually got Dr. Peng and he came in. He was like, oh, he did it all wrong. And and then he got 12 pounds of waste out of me.
Wow.
But that was my initial experience with
horrific.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
I told him.
That's
like, buddy,
terrible.
It feels like a knife that's about to slip out of my...
That's a horror story.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But like a funny horror story, like a comedy horror.
It's funny now.
Yeah. Did that ever happen to you? Anybody? Anybody else?
No.
Nobody?
No.
You wouldn't tell me anyway.
I just remember them saying if it hurts, like, let us know.
Yeah, because it's something is wrong.
Yeah.
Not like,
it shouldn't feel like it's cutting your butthole. That's awful.
Yeah, it felt like a little knife in my ass.
Oh,
and I was
Jesus.
like, buddy, this feels wrong. Anyway, okay,
Were
moving
you
on.
Okay? Did you get an infection?
I did not. It didn't cut me. It just was very.
Good.
It's like I think the hose had like a funny angle on it or something, and it just like kind of scraped me on the way in.
God!
And then it was just irritated. And an angry butthole is not something that can be ignored. It does not. It will not be ignored.
That is just.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
We can all just sit in that for a minute. I had to. Hi guys, Tyler with ILYSM Pod. Just reminding you, if you want a beautiful, luscious beard like mine, stop by beardedbrotherhood.co. Use the code ILYSM15 to get 15% off all your purchases from here on out. They have butters, they have balms, they have cologne, they have waxes, oils, you name it. Anything you need for that beard, we got you covered. We love you so much. Hi, everybody. Tyler Labine with ILYSM Pod. I just wanted to remind you guys that your support on Patreon means the world to us here. We love our love bugs. If you can go to patreon.com/ILYSM Pod, that's where you can show all the support you want. We have multiple tiers. You can get in where you fit in. We post songs of the week for Read. I do my Tyler's Tuesday Tales. We put BTS content on there, and we try to keep it as active as possible. And we're only getting better and better. So please come by and show your support at Patreon. Okay, so music is what brought us together, not colonics, contrary to the tone of this episode. But have you ever, I don't know what your mental health habits are like in your life. Do you focus a lot on your mental health? Do you like?
Yeah, I think as I'm getting older, I'm understanding that it's good to let things go.
Yeah.
It's like really hard. Like when you're young, I think it feels like all these problems and issues are happening to you, but like only you are kind of there. And it's hard when people say get over it, like you kind of don't know how.
Yeah.
And for me, I have the personality or whatever you call it to just stew and like ferment and just stay there. And when people are like, it's wasting time, it's this, like I don't even, time has gone by.
Right.
Like it's not a waste because I don't even know how much years have gone by. I mean, stewing on this thing.
It's just in there.
It's just in there, and it's like fermenting. And it's true, it's no good. But it was always really hard for me to let go, even though I've done like so many like therapy sessions or like reading books on how to do it, exercises. But age, for some reason, it just kind of lets me go, oh, that's really not a big deal. Like, relax.
Well, you're almost 30 now.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's, it's time to
Those
grow up.
20s, I would never want to go back.
I honestly wouldn't. I had a lot of fun, but man, my 20s were confused for sure. I was like, I don't understand any of this. And
Same.
I was living in Hollywood, and it's just like, what a fucking weird place. But yeah, I do think that like that feeling of not knowing how much you're housing or for how long, that I spent a lot of my life in that place where I was like, and then I had to find multiple forms of therapy to like help me not just expel it, but like kind of name it, move it through, and then like things I can do to keep it from happening over and over again. A lot of it's resentments, right? A lot of it is stuff that I can't let go because of the story I tell myself.
Well, that's what's helped with writing this album was like a Ghost was like one of the first songs I recorded and wrote, but that is basically about letting go. Because for me, a ghost, the monster is actually like all your demons that you haven't let go, and they come back randomly, like out of nowhere sometimes, and you'll just like stew on something that happened to you like in high school that is like so far gone. But then it's like when you let it go, it's been part of you for so long now. It's like, oh fuck, who am I? I kind of feel weird because you're not really, you're replacing it with something like a lot of people say, and I agree with this, it's like kind of like eating, right? Like if you're eating all this junk, but then there's great stuff that's coming, you'll be too full to really experience the joys of that. So it's like when you have so much baggage and so much resentment, like good things that come, you might not even recognize them because you're just so in your thing. So for me, of letting go of the past and letting go of certain memories, it's like everyone talks about the joy and the release, but they don't really talk about what happens when you release that, because it's like, oh, like my God, like who am I without that? Yeah,
there's a gap.
There's a huge gap.
That resonates with me so much. It's like the same with like hangovers for me. I didn't, everyone talks about like how bad hangovers are, but like I was addicted to my hangovers because it meant that I could just do nothing. Oh. It was a good excuse, but not to go back to the alcoholism, but
alcohol and shit.
Yeah, it's all part and parcel. But that feeling of like, the identifier, these things that you are kind of have put forth or in your mind make up who you are, and then you work on letting these things go. It's really part of your narrative, right? And then you let it go, and there's like a big gap in your timeline. And you realize how much you've hung your hat on a certain thing to like kind of help make up the person you are. Yeah. And it's like, well, if I'm not this person with this pain, and that's why I think music came to me initially, because I was like, I don't know where to put this shit, and I felt like, because I was a rapper.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was in a lot of rap groups, and I still produce hip hop music. You heard some of the music.
Well, the hip hop, I just heard like a lot of the
instrumental stuff.
10 a.m. brain, the synth and like the electronic, but I didn't hear the rap, and I heard the singing behind that.
I didn't send you any of the rap because I didn't hear any of that.
Are you good?
I think I was, but like a white boy Canadian rapper, it's a nichey little a demo. But I also have been in bands. I'm a drummer, and like I've been in bands, and I just found at an early age, like even just with drumming, I was like, oh, like this physical release of energy was like so cathartic for me, but I didn't understand what it was, like I'd write poetry and put it on, on tape, and then hear it back later and be like, whoa, I'm saying a lot of vulnerable shit, like in a very invulnerable way. After I became aware of it, I was like, oh, this is where I get to put it. And I get to like sort of release a lot of this stuff into my music. I think that might have been maybe the most effective tool I ever had in my life.
Interesting.
For letting things go. But then again, I didn't have the tools to like repair after. I would just put it into the ether and like let it go, and didn't know what to do next, Do you find that with music though, that like it was like at a young age, well, I guess that's what I'm asking. What age did you realize music was so powerful for you to create? To create,
that was more recent, but for music has always been part of my life, like the music you make now, the one that is like a little bit more on the dance, like electronic side, I used to listen to all the time. It was like my ear caffeine. So it'd keep me up in a good way. Yeah. It'd lift my spirits. Like music kind of changes my mood. So I've always been really affected by music. And then making it was just something pretty new that like I never kind of was like, I want to be a singer, even though I did Pitch Perfect. Like it wasn't like, it's because I want to sing.
Right.
It's just.
You wanted to make funny movies.
I wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah.
And then we got to dance and sing on top of it. So it was like, it was perfect. But with the music, my bandmate Mark was, because I was like, yeah, and I would tell him all the, like, how I came up with the lyrics, and he's like, well, this is really good because it's going to help you release like everything you're going through. And when he said that, like, I always hear people say that, but I'm like, I don't really feel that way. I'm just like, it's just how I feel about this, and I think it sounds good, and I sound like I want that vulnerability to be in there, and it was in there. But then as soon as I released the music and, you know, got responses from people, because I didn't know how people were going to handle it, but I loved it. I was like, do you hate it? Do you like it? Is it weird? Is it not weird? Like, because I was just kind of excited to hear what people thought, because I didn't really have an outcome.
Like you didn't have any outcome planned. You didn't know what to expect.
No, people could be like, dude, your voice is shit. I'm like, I know, isn't it? Like,
it's not, by the way.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
But it was just fun for me. I'm like, whatever people experience is great. And for some reason, it just naturally started to like subside, all the anxiety, resentment, and like the stewing. It just kind of sizzled away. Not all of it.
Simmered it down.
It simmered it, but I didn't do it for that, I guess. And when people, like when Mark or like other people are like, oh, that's so good that you let it out and it's out of your system. I'm like, it is, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that, because I'm like, I mean, not really.
That's
it's still
really
there.
cool though, man. Like, I never understood how therapeutic music was for me until it was like after the fact. That's I guess you had kind of the same experience. Just that I started really young, feeling connection to music on like a really profound level. You know, like I remember the first time I found like my dad or my mom's old record collection. It's like in the basement, one of those like old hi-fi. It was like a TV and a stereo and like a 8-track player. And,
wow.
You know, and I opened it up and there was like Led Zeppelin, and I put on Led Zeppelin, and I think the first song I heard was "Ding digga dingin, ding digga dingin, ding digga dinga."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like 10 maybe,
Amazing.
and that was one of those moments where I was like, "Oh, this is like everything." Like the way music makes me feel still to this day hits me in a place that like no other art form does really. I don't know. Do you feel that way, or are you like?
It does. It like brings your like, I don't know if it's they've done research probably about like how this music chemically changes you. Yeah. And I think it definitely taps into some other parts of your brain where it does that. Yeah,
like lights up certain parts of your brain. We actually had some things here about music therapy, which I had heard about for a long time. I'm very invested in therapy styles, but I've never experimented with music therapy. Like a little bit with like binaural beats, you know, that it's like a rhythmic sort of like, it just feels like a soundscape you're listening to as you go to sleep, but there's like an actual science to it.
That makes sense. Because if like certain songs, like I've had friends who have like breakup tracks and I'm like, why? But like they'll listen to it and I'm like, this is so sad. Why do you want to be more sad when you're sad? Yeah. But I guess it just helps them cope. Melancholy. But so there's that. There's music that gets everybody pumped up in clubs. Yeah. There's music that like helps digest your food and like your soundscape ones for meditating. Yeah. Like it really, I think there is a science to
it. I feel like as a musician, actor, performer in general, like my frequency, my rhythm is a huge part of how I do everything. Like even the cadence and the way I speak, the way I perceive sound waves, the way I act in a scene, it's all musicality for me. And I think when you meet someone and you vibe with them, like that's kind of what we're talking about, I think. The frequency or the rhythm of it all. Like even, you know, the rhythm of our heartbeats, the rhythm of molecules, like the molecular structures have their own rhythm, you know, it's like literally everything is rhythm. So when we tap into whatever our rhythm is in relation to other people or things in the room, I feel like that's kind of like seeing the Matrix, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, like I feel like if you start thinking about everything rhythmically, it all makes sense to me.
Yeah.
There's a really good article from the BBC here that kind of like talks about, it's called How Rhythm Shapes Our Lives.
Yeah.
It's much more than a component of music. It talks about like the tides, the
rhythmic changes of seasons,
lunar phases,
circadian rhythms, and cycles. Yeah, it's all like, it's fascinating, man. When you get into like the big picture of, you know, space and time, whatever the fuck time is.
Yeah,
That's
this part was interesting. He talks about how his son got a fracture and it wasn't healing the way it was supposed to. And so they played sounds at 30 to 50 hertz at the injury site.
Right.
And that stimulated natural postural adjustments. And it helped heal the bone faster.
Spur activity in the stem cells. It can help spur activity.
I've never seen it in a human. I've seen it like where they play the music with like next to a plant. Have you guys seen that?
Where like it responds.
Yes.
Yeah.
That shit's nuts.
Well, look what it says right here. The low frequency vibrations spur activity in the stem cells.
Wow.
That's crazy, man. And like, this is what I mean. Our relationship to our bodies is so unexplored largely. You know what I mean? Like I know scientifically we know how all this shit works, but our relationship to the cosmic dust we all come from, or whatever this rhythmic kind of basis for everything. We don't really know much about it. Like the fact that they even tried playing music for a foot injury,
right?
And it worked.
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts, man.
Let me ask you a question.
Please do.
Do you think that we are just kind of making up our dreamscape, and this is real or a dream? Like, if you see certain things like this happening, and you see like the ocean's like 75% water compared to the earth. Yeah. We're 75% water compared to the earth.
Yeah.
And, we cry salt water, which is like, the ocean. And it's like certain things that are synchronistic. Is it really synchronistic, or is it just happening all at once when you're paying attention? Are we really here? Is it all part of a dreamscape?
Yeah, I actually heard something.
Let's make a song about it.
Yeah. Okay, we should actually collaborate. Yeah, so we're all kind of like water has memory. It has history. It has all the things that we have, all the properties that we have. Why do we think that we're any different from what we're made of, I guess? So like, as far as like controlling, or not controlling, but like, is this real? Do we design our own kind of destiny, or what did you mean? Like, you're saying,
I don't even know if it's a destiny, like, or if it's just us kind of playing along with, I mean, I guess it's a big question, but it was the article kind of reminded me, like, because it's not something that it's like music that we make, right? And that we're putting back into ourselves, and it's like it's affecting something in a positive or negative way, right? But this one was positive, but it just energized it. But like even ants, right? Like rain comes, destroys their house, they rebuild. It's like they go and congregate. Like it's kind of like people. Like a destruction happens, we rebuild. We're there as a community. So it's just kind of like everything's like very reflective of everything. Yeah, it's just kind of odd.
I heard this the other day, and I think this is really interesting. That the reason that the planet is like sort of dying is because it's the same as like stars that we see millions of light years away, and the light is only getting to Earth now. There's a theory that the Earth exploded millions of years ago, and we're just the echoes of what's left. So that's why we decay. That's why we die. That's why we have time, because it's actually just decay from a planet that exploded millions of years ago.
Interesting.
And I was like, whoa. And this is we're just sort of like a reflective, like not a memory, but like a decaying piece of what once was. I don't know. That kind of blew me away. And that's like stuff like that, and this like Atlas, whatever, they're coming into our atmosphere and everything. That stuff just like, it's beyond me. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck all this is, Yeah. And the more I think about it, the crazier I get, like my brain kind of hits a ceiling, and then I can't go any higher. And I'm like, and then it just kind of collapses on itself. Right. That's what happened when you asked me that question.
Sure.
My brain
went. No, because then we're like back here, because it makes sense, because it's like you can explore and imagine, but it's like we kind of don't really know.
I feel that way about creativity. Like when you write a song, or if I create, I'm like, I don't know what. If people say, "Hey, you're so creative," I'm like, it just came to me. I like interpreted a signal that came from somewhere. I can never take credit for like making a thing.
Of course you can, because you could have been on your phone on the bingo app, but instead you created a song, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Well, no, it's not. And I recognize that too, but I think it's just ultimately the idea that like my expression is mine, like it uniquely mine. How can I take credit for that? I'm not getting into like religion or anything, but like, because I'm not religious, but like a creative impulse, I don't know. Is that me? Did I design that creative expression, or did it just come somewhere and I interpreted it and put it into the world? You ever feel like that? Is anybody?
Sorry, I just dozed off. What was that?
Yeah,
No.
the narcolepsy did not get cured. Just the idea that like taking ownership of our creativity is like hard for me.
Right, because you're also a reflection, or not a reflection, but a kind of result of what you've experienced or what you're feeling at that time or those moments that created the song. But I don't think you should discount that. But I hear what you're saying, where you're like, no, I didn't just come out of the blue with this whole thing, but sort of.
Yeah, the therapeutic elements of music is something that I haven't explored from this standpoint.
Yeah,
I've felt stuff in my life where music is profound, but this to me is like, why wouldn't I have tried this so far?
Wait, okay, I didn't see this.
Read it,
emotional
please.
Benefits, absolutely. So it says getting better, music therapy, emotional benefits, yes. Physical benefits, what? Neurological benefits, interesting. Reduces social anxiety, yes. Expression of grief and other traumatic feelings, Curbs impulsivity.
That is
right?
fascinating to me.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Lowers blood pressure?
Yeah, I think I can feel that. That's what with that binaural beats, or like listening to my Hatch at night, and I put on like, Carson's Backyard is my favorite one, and I just lay there and I'm like I can kind of let shit go, but it definitely that feeling of decompression.
If it can higher, because I'm assuming like when you're like, yeah, get the shit, like that's like upping your blood pressure.
Yeah, if you can like jack it up, you can jack it down.
You can jack it down.
Rub it, flip it, jack it down.
Relaxes muscles, improves fine motor skills. Oh, I need some of that shit. Aids insomnia issues, reduces headaches, healing for patients with traumatic brain injuries. That's really?
But I feel like it's a lot like, I feel like with weed, like we have no idea the benefits of THC or CBD or any, it's like this magic plant, and they're just scratching the surface of what you can do with multiple applications. I feel like music, this is like, for me, I'm like, this fascinates me, like the applications of music as a tool,
especially
as a healing.
Because we create the music.
Yeah.
It's not like a plant where it's kind of nature made.
Like I didn't like genetically splice. Well, maybe I did. I don't know.
Maybe you genetically splice some sounds in there or something.
Some tasty beats. But I do think that like what we put into the world, this fascinates me, because like maybe someone somewhere will listen to one of your songs or one of my songs, and they're just like, it improved their motor skills, or it reduced their headache. You know what I mean? Like, and then as far as applying it to myself, like I would love to get more deep into that. But we actually have a musical therapy technique that we thought might be fun to just try in here.
Oh, let's I want to try.
You want
to?
And
then we're gonna see how we feel.
Yeah,
after?
like see how it makes and see what happens in the room a little bit. Yeah. I love this. Yeah.
We can do a couple minutes of this.
Like, let me get
everybody
my ears.
in the room can participate. Yeah.
Hey, people at home, you can lie down too. Go and find somewhere comfy and let go.
A little bit more of the 528 frequency reduces stress, anxiety, and cortisol levels, and has been linked to an increase in oxytocin and testosterone levels.
Bring up the toss.
Yeah,
here we go.
Testy.
Feels?
Yeah. You were there. Yeah, like immediate observations for me were I went to like a color. Like I went to like a real deep like lavender color. Then I became kind of aware of the room. I was like, well, we're all in here like with our eyes shut, and like, but then I became very in tune with it. I was like, oh, we're just sort of, this is a very vulnerable thing we're all doing, sitting in here with our eyes closed. And like, I love that about people. I feel like doing something like that in a group made me feel like I was able to throw myself more into a headspace really quickly. And then I was like space. I was in like outer space. Usually for me, when I get to a good meditative spot, I'm like sort of floating in the rings of Saturn, or I'm like, yeah. So I kind of went there.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah. And I definitely noticed my breath right away and a relaxing of my like abdomen.
That pitch of the notes they were playing in, that's like a happy place for me. It calmed me, but it like uplifted me, and it made me like want to do things.
Yeah,
like,
it felt motivational.
Yeah,
for sure.
motivational.
Yeah,
that was interesting that it made you like very present of what's going on, because it kind of had that too.
Yeah,
so it was really, I loved it.
Yeah, it felt
528.
528. Yeah. Yeah, it felt like
because
it's just notes, right? Like the musicality of it is like, it's like what moves us in movies. Like you hit these certain pitches and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry or whatever. That one definitely made me feel very positive.
Yeah, same.
It's like those notes were like very like discovery. I was like, oh, it's like what's over the horizon?
Yeah,
like
totally.
Big important things. I do a lot of guided meditations. I have a hard time doing without the guide. Like I have a hard time. My brain is like a big dog. I'm like on a leash and it's just dragging me around. But that felt very like I could have stayed in that zone if there weren't cameras pointed at us for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Because it just kept building to this like different but same feeling. It was like that constant discovery for me, I think would be really helpful.
Yeah, I had the same feeling as I've noticed with other songs that sort of use that similar sound. So I wonder how conscious producers or musicians are when they're actually making music of these effects of frequencies.
I mean, that's a whole nother level of music production, right? If you're doing it to conscientiously create. I mean, I know I'm trying to create a vibe.
Right.
But that's what we're talking about.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen those TikTok videos of like movies that were like comedies or like heartfelt, but then they put like horror music in the background?
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
It's like that, right? Because it literally does change the whole movie.
Yeah.
Even though we've seen the movie, they edit it in a specific way and then they just change the music.
Yeah, or put like goofy music to a horror movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, my life has a soundtrack, right? Like I don't know if you're like that, but like I'm constantly listening to music.
Oh,
I just mean I have music on all the time.
I see.
Every room in my house has a speaker. I have like stereo in my car is very important. I have headphones in often, and even when I'm not listening to music, it's constantly bouncing around my head, like stuff I might want to create or ideas or melodies or whatever. But it feels wild. It feels like flaily for me. Like my music taste is kind of all over the place. So I think the idea behind musical therapy would be that like it could maybe help me focus a little of that already musical intention I have, that feeling that music is like so important to me. That's what that gave me, I guess, was like, oh, that can be like focused. What would happen if I focused my musicality?
Hey, Mark, we should do some 528 in our next album.
Yeah. Oh, and now what's 110 all about?
That sounds like punk.
110 sounds, yeah.
That might be a whole different vibe.
Sorry, I keep hitting this.
I mean, I imagine it is a different vibe.
There is a note that's like doom metal-y that kind of puts me in a weird place.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's like dong 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 and I'm like, ugh. Like, so it's funny, music does kind of
absolutely. But if you because we all just talk about it like it's like, of course music sets a tone.
Right.
But like scientifically brainily.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of the brown note?
No.
Yeah.
Does it make you go poop?
Yeah, there was a military application at one point where they're like, what if we just make our enemies shit their pants? So like immediately.
Did it work?
Sort of. It's a bit of a myth, but they did discover a note that if played loud enough, it's like a sub bass note that makes you shit your pants. It like ruptures your.
Oh wow, a rupture.
Well, it doesn't rupture. It makes your bowels move.
Whoa. Well, we won't play that one, please.
I think it's illegal.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if anybody would have like actively like put that out there like a little prank. I'm getting rickrolled, but it's getting.
You just prank
brown
call people.
Noted.
You just like press.
Oh hey, hit this! I sent you a link.
Oh my god!
Oh, Tyler, hilarious.
That would be really
funny.
There's
a Harvard study here that goes into it more as well about like our cordial roots. There's the autonomic nervous system and how music affects it. It gives the example of like the infamous Jaws sound and how that affects you when you hear it.
Well, I was watching The Shining with my 15-year-old last night, and there are moments in that movie where Kubrick clearly was like, how uncomfortable can I make you with sound? Which I think was kind of, because it wasn't a lot of synthy sounds at that time, and it was intense. Like, it was really intense. But to the point where a few times she was like, can you mute it? And I was like, no, I think that's an important part of the experience. It's like, that's very intentional.
Yeah.
He wants that to be annoying or grating or like it's throwing you off intentionally, so that you just feel this like crackling energy, this like tension building, and I loved it. But it was like, it's a lot. I don't know when the last time you guys watched The Shining.
I was actually gonna rewatch it the other night, but I haven't seen it in years.
It's awesome.
Like sound design is like a true art. You know, you learn it in film school. Like I think Apocalypse Now was the first movie where they credited the sound design, because it's like, whoa, this isn't just a technical thing.
I just went to a re-release of that in the theater. Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, nice.
But that feeling of like, music controlling of like a vibe or your emotional stasis, like, yeah, man, they've been doing that forever.
For me, I always didn't care, but the nails on the chalkboard, like, it freaks people out. It makes them all itchy and.
You like it?
It just doesn't bother me. But certain things like a high pitched barking or like high pitched talking, I'm like, it really hurts my ears. Oh, and I get like nauseous.
Yeah, so you have a physical. That's funny thing too. Like just sounds that are generally repulsive for people or repellent. You guys remember they used to play these ads? Like, if you can hear this frequency, you may have a special like zone in your hearing that could be. So they would play those, and I could hear them.
Oh wow!
So it's like this frequency that everyone else in the room would be like, I don't hear it, but I hear it, and I can hear like electricity.
100%,
you know what
too.
I mean? And it's usually a really whiny, high pitched sound for me. It'll keep me awake at night.
Yeah.
I see you guys nodding your head, but that's not very common. It's like, I think it's pretty uncommon to hear some of those frequencies, and I've always wondered, like, is that like a gift or a curse that I have? Like you not being bothered by nails on a chalkboard or like.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. Yeah. It kind of makes me get like nice chills, but not like. Ugh! But then the electronics, like I can't go to sleep if I hear like the light box noise or
I hate
the projector noise or I could hear it.
Yeah, it's too much
but
for me.
I'm like that with smell too. I'm like so sensitive. Like and then I'll get nauseous again. There's that nausea.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Back to when we started about the drink.
I was about to say something really stupid. I was like, I wonder if there's anything like aromatherapy. Big multi-billion-dollar market there. Candles, aromatherapy. But yeah, the sensitivity to sound for me is like, I've often been accused of having either selective hearing or hearing loss. But like I can be
selective hearing to hearing loss.
Yeah, well, because drumming and like and then my little brother broke my eardrum at one point.
Oh no!
It healed, but
how did he break it?
Oh man, we were like slap fighting when we were drunk, and he just cupped my ear and just broke it.
Broke it?
Yeah, but then I went home in a stupor with my ex, and I like shoved a Q-tip.
No,
I thought it was like fluid
thing.
Because it just sounded like there was water in my ear. So I put the Q-tip in and went right through my eardrum. And I ended up with like a 30% perforation, 25 to 30% perforation in my eardrum.
Oh, that's terrible.
And the ENT was like, "Did you put something in here?" He's like, "It looks like you tore it with something." I was like, "Yeah, I put a Q-tip like in my brain."
Oh no!
Like tickled my brain with that one. One of the weird things I have with sound, when I'm in a loud room or an environment, I have certain frequencies that just drop out for me. So like if you speak in a certain frequency, I can be in a room, I can be hearing all the words you're saying, and then you'll hit a certain tone in your voice and it just disappears from me.
Whoa.
And I'll be looking at you and it's like, I can hear everything else, but your voice just disappears. And it's not like it just blends in. It's like an omission of your voice. It just sort of goes away. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like that only happened after I broke my eardrum. Yeah.
Whoa.
So I don't know.
Do you feel like there's like a weird connection with that person, whether it's an extreme like chemistry unbalance or balance, and then you're
it feels very out of balance. So I can be like in like a very, I mean, not that you get into like deep conversations in loud rooms, but you can be connecting with somebody.
Maybe your body is kind of like trying to avoid them.
I wonder if that's just social anxiety for me. That like, oh, I can't hear every word you're saying. And maybe I should just be like, what about our vibes? Like, what about what's happening here? You know?
Sure.
But I do get panicky when I can't hear somebody.
Well, of course.
Yeah, but you know, how much do you really pick up when you're shouting over music anyway?
Right.
It's more vibe. We're getting down to, what we're really getting down to here is vibes. Vibes are important.
Vibes are important.
It's all about the vibes.
Vibes.
Are vibes just frequencies?
And how deep can the vibes really get? Because it's about staying in the vibes. So it's not just surface and gone, right?
Also, the way that you present is rad, by the way. But like,
thank you.
You know, like you're
this is my emotional T-shirt for Grave Condition, which is the name of my band.
Yeah.
So merch coming out soon.
Yes, we will. We have to plug all your shit.
Please.
But yeah, like you're. I don't want to say like a fashion forward person, but I definitely like a lot of the stuff you post online is very like haute. Like you, yeah, like you, you have a very unique way you present fashion wise.
Oh, thank you.
How did you land on that? Was that like
I kind of get a little bit offended when people ask me if I have a stylist. Not that having a stylist is a bad thing.
Right.
But it's just not
stylists are great. We love you.
Stylists are great, and
I clearly have one. Yeah.
Because I grew up and like fashion was always like a way to express yourself, and I went to school for design because I thought I was going to be a fashion designer, so I wanted to like learn all the technicalities of becoming a fashion genius. But then I always wanted to be an actor and make people like experience emotions, because I thought that was really magical. So I only did design for a little bit, but I don't know, I just love clothes. I like that you can express yourself in whatever it is and however you want. But lately I've been wearing a lot of 2XLs and sweatpants.
That's the shit,
and
man.
boots and clothes that kind of, I never want to be like hidden by clothes, meaning like the 2XL, I'm hiding my body, but like I always look thin that way. But like I never want to be like, oh, you're wearing that brand. Like, I don't want the clothes to wear you. I feel like good clothes, you should be like more, you should look good in the clothes, not like you're just in
you are
their
the clothes.
brand.
I mean, that's label, label. I don't want to say label whore, but yeah, if you're like, all you are is the label you're wearing, it's like, hey man, maybe get a personality. But then that's not to say, again, there's nothing wrong with being really into your labels and the way you dress and everything, but
totally.
I found me with my white socks and my black boots on. That was an oversight this morning. When I was like in my teens, I was really into fashion, like thrifting. My whole thing was like Value Village, and like I would go in and buy these. Like I used like in high school, like I was voted I was funniest grad, but the thing was like I wore crazy clothes, and it was like every comment in my yearbook was like, man, you got crazy style, and then I just didn't. I moved away from it. I got really into just like black t-shirt, black pants, and a hat. And I've been there for years, and I'm just now starting to put a little bit of effort into the way I look and the way I dress, like just even wearing boots, like, and not just sneakers, or like trying some colors on or like whatever. It's starting to become like, I'm like, oh shit, this is fun. This can be like, and people, it's not the comments you get, it's just the way I hold myself now seems a little bit more confident or something. I feel like then I started looking at clothes a little differently, like, oh, I can like express myself this way. It does change your
expression of like how you feel physically, mentally, like emotionally, like music. Yeah, it does that for sure.
It's like a brand new pair of shoes makes you get a little skip in your step, like it's like getting a haircut, you walk out of there, you're like,
totally,
everyone's looking at me. And are you ever planning on going back to fashion at all, like as a designer, or do you think that's like, would you marry the two of like your acting career and fashion?
Maybe one day. I collabs are the best because I can do like the designs and they'll have like the people to do the production and the vision I'll like help with. That's like ideal. But when I was doing it, I was doing everything, so that was really hard because it takes so much time. But nowadays, like you were saying, like thrifting's coming back. Like a lot of people want to buy their own style and like wear it for a few
all
days.
Buffalo Exchange. She's like, I don't want to shop anywhere but like Salvation Army and Buffalo Exchange.
Right, because you'll find like things from all eras and it won't be like so expensive, and then you'll just trade it out for another outfit. That's I just hear that's kind of the way of like what kids are doing these days.
Well, it's like you find your unicorn, you go into a shop and you find that one, there's only one of them. And you're like, oh my God, that has me written all over it. And you walk out of there and you're like, yeah, I just found like a little piece of me. I love that feeling.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I don't like throwaway fashion too much, but with like thrifting, you're kind of recycling it in a nice way. Like I don't like fast fashion.
Right.
So
that's that's bad, right? Everyone's like anti.
No, people like it, but it's just like, so I don't know. I think trends come and go, and I don't really, that's kind of exhausting to me. I like style. I like you kind of, like this jacket, for instance, is from like 2017 or 16. And it's just like, I love it. And I can like wear it forever as long as moths don't keep eating it. Like this.
Back off, moths.
But, like I feel like you should have stuff that makes you feel good that can last. Yeah. That's kind of the fashion I liked.
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, when we're talking about, being full, complete human beings, and like, I think I leaned so far away from fashion because I felt like it was very superficial most of my life.
Right.
So I tried to be like Smurfette. I had like one outfit in my closet, right? I was just like, that's it.
I like that.
You know, but
your uniform.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, well, then that minimizes any of the other judgments, you know, like I don't have to worry about how I'm dressing. I am coming around though that like it can be a very expressive part of being a human being, like what you wear. Even like putting on a big blue sweater this morning, I was like, today I want to wear a blue sweater. I don't know, like in response to the weather, or like it just felt right, you know? And I like that. I feel like that can really be a part of self-expression.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going to go down the fashion route today.
No, it's great. And I love black, by the way. I love.
Oh, yeah.
It looks good on me the best. I used to be very colorful before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a lot.
Yeah.
On me.
I saw you in some
let's
colors.
just put everything. I'm like,
oh,
ooh.
black is the best. I love black and gray and white.
We did have a guest on another show we do, and that talked about they were like taken aback when they were asked if they wore black. They're like, I would never, because it would make me feel sad.
Right. So there's that too.
I don't find sadness in black at all.
No, I found so many different
have.
colors. It's almost like a charcoal black now. I mean, like we're going full on rainbow. We got dark black. We got blue black here.
You got every shade of black.
Charcoal gray.
Yeah, and I also found like, isn't black is the absence of color, and white is all color, right?
That's what they say. I always see it the opposite.
I do
you
too.
Just mix everything.
I feel like black is everything, and I can like dive into black. White makes me go like,
yes.
That's I'm just gonna hit the bottom right away, whereas black feels deep to me.
Yeah.
I'm also a little colorblind. I have like brown green colorblindness.
Oh, really?
It depends. Like I don't know what color your jacket is. I think it's brown.
Hers?
It's green.
What about her pants?
Those are brown.
Oh, yeah.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they are brown.
But I just took a guess. Like they actually they look black to me from here, but I was like, maybe you're asking me because they're brown.
Yeah.
So I took a 50-50 shot. If I was closer, I might be able to tell. But yeah, your jacket definitely does not look green. No.
Like it's an army green.
It just looks like
do
a
you not
flat
see
brown
greens?
to me. I mean, I can. It's interesting. Like it depends on the green. Like if it's like a bright,
like that fig plastic
looks green
tree
to me for sure. Like the like natural.
Can you see
greens.
Plastic green?
No, I refuse to see plastic. I didn't notice that I was colorblind until I got made fun of like a few years ago.
You got made fun of?
Yeah, I was in like
some
backyard in Brooklyn, and there was a building being built behind them, and I was like, oh, I love that. They're using like green brick for that instead of like the usual brown, and they were all like, what building are you looking at, man? I was like, this one right here. They're like, that's not green, man. Those are brown. And I was like, no, they're not. And I had to ask everybody, and they're like, dude, I don't know how you're seeing green there. And I was like, you couldn't convince me that they weren't green bricks.
Do you have blue eyes or green eyes?
Blue. Yeah. They're color changers too, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They change green a little bit?
No, just like icy. They'll go like very. If I'm like feeling a lot of sadness or overwhelm, they get like really light blue.
Wait, your eyes change color in your mood?
Yeah, and then if I'm sad, like if I've been crying, they get like really like light blue.
Everybody make them cry right now. Let's see this.
Reads the crier.
Really?
Yeah, and then when I'm feeling very comfortable and content, they're like deep. They're very oceanic blue. They're like very kind of. They're like, I don't know. I'm talking about my eyes. But they definitely, they're color shifters. Yeah. And you can see it in like lots of my performances. Like sometimes my eyes are like laser beams, and other times they're just kind of like kicking back and just taking it easy. It's interesting.
That's an emotional, I'll be like, see here, he's really feeling it. And
if I'm doing like a real emotional scene, super white,
really?
White, blue, light blue.
Can I ask you a movie question quick?
Yeah, man, do it.
So how was Tucker and Dale?
How was it?
Yeah.
You're the first person to ask me about Tucker and Dale.
I love that
Some people
movie
have like
so much.
mentioned it like in passing, like, well, I love that movie, but on this show we haven't talked about it much. It's funny. My 12-year-old. So my 9-year-old I have a 9-year-old, 12-year-old, and a 15-year-old.
Oh wow!
And my 8-year-old turned 9 last week, and we had their birthday party this weekend on Saturday. And they had to like sleep over, and they wanted to watch movies. And me and my 12-year-old, I was like, we'll watch a movie in my bedroom with the computer. And I was like, what movie do you want to watch? And right away they said Tucker and Dale. It's their favorite movie. They have a T-shirt that's Chip and Dale versus Evil. It's like the little chipmunks.
Oh my God!
They're super into the movie, and I was like, I think it's cute. But we watched it again, and I hadn't watched it in a long time, and I was tickled by it, man. I was like, this really is a funny movie, man.
It's so funny, and
there's so many moments of like, I don't even know if I totally got the joke at the time. You know, like we were doing it, and we were like, it's like serving the material. But like, I look again, zooming out now, I'm like, that's really clever, man. So I want to reach out to Eli.
Oh, Eli, how is he?
He's great. I mean, he just had a huge hit with Clown in a Cornfield.
Yes.
So we're trying to make Tucker and Dale 2. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That's the goal. I don't know if I was allowed to say that, Eli, but that's what the next goal is.
The fans want it bad.
Yeah. Well, we've wanted it forever too, but it's just it got caught up with like weird rights issues, and the producer who held onto the rights was like kind of a crook and wouldn't like open the books and owed money, and it just got really weird. But since the producer of Clown in a Cornfield decided they want to get the rights back, there's been a lot of movement for that because they want to make Temple Hill wants to make Tucker and Dale 2.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that's where we're at with that. We have had a
incredible.
script for a long time. We sold a TV show at one point to TBS. Then TBS went bankrupt.
Oh, man.
So anyway, but the movie itself, making it
Yeah.
was like, it was wild. It was like a student film. Like we had a professional crew, but like, man, we were just like, we were flailing everywhere. Like by the time we finished, Alan and I were like, it was really nice meeting you, man. Like that movie will never see the light of day.
Really?
We just thought it was like, we did funny stuff, but like we didn't know how it was ever going to be a movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so good.
So we got a phone call from Eli like at like 1 a.m. one night, and he was like, hey, Tucker and Dale got into Sundance. And that was the first time I'd thought about it in a long time, because we went to a screening like months before, and it was like, yeah, that's funny, I liked it, but it got into Sundance, and that was it. It just changed everything for me.
Wow.
It was crazy, but I loved making the movie in the worst way. It was like mayhem.
You guys were in the woods, like
yeah, up in Calgary, and like I got hypothermia falling into that lake.
Oh, no.
Over and over and over again. I was like trying to climb out of the lake on like the 7th take, and I was like, whoa, there's like clay in the bottom of this. I never noticed it's like a clay bottom lake, and I was like, oh no, my limbs just aren't working, and I had to be dragged out of the water. I was like, whoa, and they, yeah, it was a hard shoot. And Alan had to be covered in like bee stings for most of it, and we were covered in like blood, and we'd have to come in the morning, and they would wet down our clothes to like make
cold.
the blood
I know that blood
like loose again. Yeah, but it was fun, and I love the movie. It's really,
the movie's so
it's
funny.
special, and the fact that my kids love it, like that's such
great.
a gift.
I love it when you're like, all these kids are committing suicide.
Yeah. That makes so much sense. You don't have children, right?
No.
Do you? No. If you did, what movie would you show of yours to your kids? Or do you have nieces and nephews or anybody? Like
I do. It's weird because like, well, my cousin, I'm very close to him. He won't show his kids like any of my movies. And
Really?
They're like older now. But yeah, he's very conservative.
that might just be like the weird sort of dissidence that creates. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think he just wants to make sure that they're not so in the digital realm and like immediately and so super into just trends where they become numb, or I don't know. But
maybe he doesn't want them to know you for that, or have any like
why?
ideas
I
of
want
what
to
the...
be. I want to look
Yeah,
crazy
right, it's your
and
work.
psycho and weird. Like I love it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
Oh no, I don't mean as the character. I mean like recognizing that you're like a celebrity or you're an actor. Maybe that like changes their perception in some way. Like
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I watched Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 5 or 6 by myself, but my parents weren't home, and that probably
Totally normal.
defined my psychotic behavior.
Yeah. I showed that to my 15-year-old the other night, and she was like,
yeah?
yeah, she'd never seen it. She's on this like tear of old horror movies. She's like watched
really?
like Halloween and Friday the 13th, which suck in my opinion. I love Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist. And,
have
like,
you seen The Tenant?
The Tenant?
Yeah.
No.
Polanski did that one.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it. I know of it though.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
is that a good one?
It's a really good
Yeah.
psychological horror.
I love horror movies.
Me too.
Like my 12-year-old again, like all through school, they were like, oh, "There's a real problem with Gabriel. They're drawing these very dark drawings. It's all very macabre."
No, they literally that really happens.
Yeah, and I would look, and
movie?
they'd be like these like drawings of like a person jumping off of a cliff and like landing in a pool of blood or whatever. And I was like, I think this shit's hilarious. But you have to like talk to these teachers like, oh. Yes, I'll talk to Gabriel about this, this problem when we get home. But I'm like, there's like a multi-billion-dollar industries around horror and the art behind it, and wow, lots of people are fascinated with the darkness and the macabre. Like, why do we always try to tell kids who have a natural interest in a thing? The compartmentalization at that age
is insane.
Not healthy.
Like, how can you be so open in one and so close to the other?
Yeah.
There needs to be a balance. Like,
well, yeah, and they go to school like this very kind of open-minded Krishnamurti school, and I'm like, don't you guys teach social emotional growth above everything else? But you're telling them to like shut down a part of who they are.
That's weird and very old-fashioned too.
Yeah, like they have this whole goal. I love them. They want to move to Japan and become a manga artist. They want to find some like manga master and become like a mentee. Have a mentor.
Okay.
And they have like, I've already looked into how much tickets cost, and like with the trust fund that you've left me, I think I can live in there for at least a year, and then I'll use this. The ticket costs $2,000, and I'll put aside this for an apartment. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, you're 12.
They teach that in school now.
Right.
Like my cousin's kid had to take a test. She's probably 13, 14, freshman in high school, and it's like literally, if you make $105,000 a year, how much do you have to save for taxes? I'm like, what? So that's why they were like, this is what I'm gonna do with the budget.
I don't think they've learned any of that stuff yet, but their value is everywhere for Gabe. They're like, these Pokemon cards are worth this much money.
Wow.
I traded this one for that one. They try to sell like rocks to people that come to my house. Like, hey, this is jade.
Wait, are you serious?
This chunk of jade is probably worth about $400. I'll sell it to you for $200. Like that kind of stuff. I'm like, Gabe, stop peddling your wares to my friends. All right?
Because you got American kids.
Do your friends? Do your friends bite?
They are making these capybara cards called Cappy cards, and they have like pre-sales. Like they've received money already for these cards that they're drawing and then printing off and making, and their friends are all like happy to do it. They're like, yeah, I want to get in on cap cards.
Wow.
Cappy cards. And Gabe's like, there's been a stall in production though. Because of the holidays and this and that, and I had to stall production, and I needed to put my efforts into this other thing.
Oh,
They're so funny.
God.
And I have a couple collectibles, and they're constantly like, can we look up how much those are worth now? So anyway, their goal to go to Japan just tickles me, because they're like,
have they ever been? Have you ever been?
No, but that's like the next big trip I want to go. I'm fascinated with Japanese food. That's just like it's like the Korean food and Japanese food for me are just like, that's it.
They're the masters over there in Japan.
They are, right?
Yeah.
And especially your love of music and stuff. Like for me, it was cameras when I went over there, but same with like all electronic stuff.
Yeah.
You could just for days, you could shop and see the coolest shit.
Japanese
they were
people
already
push the
doing
envelope
8K and true motion back in 2000.
I mean, think about the
It was
Wii.
insane.
When that
The
Nintendo
the
Wii,
Wii.
that was like decades before anybody else was like, motion sensors and like wireless remotes. And like, I just think Japanese people
we'd have no video games if it wasn't for the Japanese, It's like, shout out.
Love you, Nintendo.
Shout out.
Love you. Always have loved you, Nintendo. Well, hey, let me wrap up. So like, hey everybody, thank you very much for watching another episode of ILYSM. We love you so much.
So if you guys haven't checked out my goth electro music, we have our debut band called Grave Condition, and our album is called Atmospheric Paradigm. We're streaming everywhere. We're also on Instagram, so give me a little comment. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, hate it, love it, feel angry, feel sad, everything I want to know. And I just shot a movie with the amazing filmmaker Owner Tikel, creator of Catfight, The Misogynist, Summer of Blood. We did a movie called Company of Thieves, which is in post now. And it's so fun and it's so great. And I'm super excited for you guys to see it. And hell yeah, I have a couple of other movies in post. Maybe you'll see those. Boris is Dead by James Cullen Bursack, which is like a crime thriller. And Swipe, which is a horror movie directed by Sean Whalen from the good old Twister and People on the Stairs, but my favorite, Never Been Kissed. So that's going to be coming out pretty soon.
We can't wait to have Reed back in the studio, and I'd love to thank our guest, Hana Mae Lee, and all of our friends here at All Things Comedy and Studio 1042. Love you guys.
Thanks for having me. Love you so much.